Huh? There we go. I should I do that? But I've not streamed in like a month and a half, maybe, and I just looked there because normally I have my chat here, but I'm nice that I actually know it. Actually, let me just go into the avatar that's on the thumbnail. Fuck it, because why not? Okay, there we go. How is everybody doing? I have is the music too loud or is it fine? Because I have no idea. Please tell me if it is fine or not. It's fine? It's good? Because that will help me a lot. A thumbs up doesn't tell me anything. Oh my, it's so weird to have a VR headset on now. It is so weird. Oh my goodness. Like, very informative. Exactly, Moratory, exactly. Okay. So, I had a video I recorded the video yesterday, which I was gonna edit and throw online, but I was like, you know what? Why not do it in a stream? Oh my goodness. Anyway, so yeah, in that video I was planning to talk about plans that I have for 2025, but I'm not too sure if... So, this is an issue I have right now. I have multiple plans for 2025. I just don't know which one to pick. And, yeah, that's, that's pretty much something that, I'm right now, like... Because one of the plans is having one of my characters from the past 4 years, each month a different character. So, basically this one would be for October, Cute Kitty for November, Christmas alternative. So, alternative in December with Christmas themed, of course. Evelyn for April, for March, Romain, just characters for different months. And of course, RoxyChan throughout the whole year, appearing randomly. Also having a secret character per month, every month a secret character. But it's that plan or something else. So recently, like a month ago, I was working hard on a passion project that I'm still sort of working on, but also at the same time not. I'm working on it a little bit different now. But so the second plan is to weirdly enough start in the sequel of that story. Because it, weirdly enough, fitted with me coming back to streaming and doing my thing as I used to do back in 2020. And it was basically like... It's basically like a revival in the story. It's a revival because at the end of the first story, a lot of destruction happens. Which kind of makes it like, at the end of that story, being like, that's the end of it. But the sequel shows that it's not the end of it. And that's why I'm like, I'm gonna start at the second plan is to start at the sequel. And have that throughout the year, just with roleplay streams, likely roleplay streams, and story videos and stuff like that. That story just comes to life. And I do want to start writing the stories down on Wattpad and like, or in my community on Discord, but like, I don't really know where to write them down because of the fact that like, who's gonna read it and stuff. So I want to make it come to life, but yeah, I don't know how. Can you children just stop being children in the chat? Thank you. On a Google Doc. So I was thinking of doing it on a Google Doc, but I cannot. it's gonna make it harder to do in a Google Doc than on Wattpad, honestly. You know, you guys act like children, but I can literally just ban you guys. I can really easily do it, and you know, I don't really care if it happens, you know? I just don't care. I'm not pulling out the Zig card. I'm not pulling out the Zig card. I'm just telling you to behave. And if you can't, I don't care if we're friends or not, but I will not just let it slide. I'm just politely asking to behave. And if y'all can't, then, well, that's not my problem. But yeah, so I have that first idea, and I have this second idea. And I don't know which to choose. Something else, by the way, that I wanna say. I remember this from the previous stream. Something that one person in chat brought up is the Twitch bias against VTubers. I don't know why I wanted to bring it up in the stream. I don't know why I want to talk about it, because I could honestly not give a bleep. I could not care less about it. But I decided to look into it pretty much, and I've come to the conclusion, what bias? What bias? Like, I don't see it. Because Twitch even has a VTuber club now. So what bias against VTubers? And the best part is, the people that I see crying about it, well, especially VTubers that I see crying about bias against VTubers, guess what? When I look at their content, and when they have been banned before, at the reasons why they have been banned, I'm like, you think that like behaving normally on your stream, not have, like, barely having clothing on your character or avatar, being lewd and basically skirting the line of TOS, and you have the gall to say that Twitch has a bias against VTubers when you literally actively break the rules. Nice coping, bro. Nice coping. Like, how can you cope so goddamn hard? I don't understand. Like, come on, bro. Stop coping. Copium pivot. Bro, it's the most dumbest thing ever. The coping is insane, and I find it amusing. Like, oh yeah, but Twitch has a bias against VTubers, but I'm also the type of VTuber that would basically break the rules because, I don't know, because I'm hungry for views and likes and whatever. Even though it doesn't matter at all. But then again, I don't really care. But I just wanted to have said that because, like, I find it's also amusing with other parts, and I'm not gonna talk about the extremist things on Twitch, but I am gonna say that, like, Twitch isn't a broken platform, technically. People just find stuff shit to hate, regardless. Oh, another thing with these VTubers is that, like, they literally stir their community, their following up to hate Twitch or to defend them and stuff like that. All I'm going to say is that the following of these people, of these VTubers, they're not the brightest. They're not the brightest up here. There, I said what everyone was thinking. They can so easily manipulate them into believing the VTuber. Like, they don't even care to look at the content of that VTuber and stuff themselves to see what actually happened. Of course, there's certain people in the comments underneath those posts being like, they are, you know, they are seeing it. And another thing with the following of these VTubers and stuff. You hear these VTubers and other people, like, they shit on Twitch. They're saying, oh, Twitch is a bad platform, this and that. But guess what? They continue to fucking use the platform. They continue to use the platform. They continue to watch the content on there. So you tell me that you hate Twitch, but you continue to use it. Like, I only have eight fingers, and I was gonna, like, being like, huh? But there's no light bulb in that brain. Exactly. But, like, it's with a lot of things that I'm like, so you hate this, but you're still continuing to use it. Why? And to be clear, I did delete VR chat a while ago. A little bit ago. I did delete it. Because I just was not in a great state of mind. And now I'm back, but at the same time it's like I never hated it, so I did not, you know. It's like saying I hate a game but still playing it. Exactly. But that goes on the whole thing that, like, you hate a certain genre of games and stuff like that, and that comes to this whole thing. It's like, I don't care that you don't like the freaking game mode. I don't care that you hate the game. I don't care about any of that. If you can play it with your friends and have goofy fun with it, maybe even recording it to put it on YouTube while having edited it, what's there to complain? And what's there to not join? Why? What's the reason to just not join? Because I only hear excuses to not join, and it's like, I just can't stand it. I know we need to play Lethal Company. I just don't have time for it. I'm busy with too many things right now. I can't do it. There's a reason why I've literally barely been around. Then again, there's multiple reasons why I've barely been around people, because like, if I must be honest, when I look at the friend group that I am in right now, I don't fit in anymore. I just don't. Like, my vision of things and the things that I want to do is so different from everybody else in that group that I'm like, why should I go into a VC for hours on end doing jack shit? Playing fucking video games? When I could use those hours for better things. For my projects. For the story that I'm writing. With new characters. Which is, fun enough, literally, this avatar is, funny enough, one of the main characters of the story that I'm writing. And I have to say, yes, I am using ChatGPT to assist me with it. Because sometimes when I hit a roadblock while writing the story, I just ask ChatGPT how to get out of that roadblock. And fun enough, it helps. It helps. And you know, funny thing is, the story originally started as a horror story, inspired by things like Halloween and Terrifier. But it is turned into something more than that. And, you know, it's interesting, like, how much it has changed. But, oh. I mean, I don't fit in, I'm just a child. Regardless of that, honestly. Regardless of that, like... I don't really know how to say it. I just don't really see a problem there. It is more or less like... Hold up. Something is coming loose on my elbow. And yeah, okay, of course that fell out. So I've been to the hospital earlier today for my medication. 2 weeks later than I should have gotten them. But I was sick when I was supposed to go. And I was not just sick, no, I was dehydrating. So yeah, that happened. Dehydration is what happened for me, so... How did I dehydrate? I just don't know. I don't understand it, how it happened, but it happened. And not even a week or two before that, I was also sick, and yeah. Drink your daily amount of water. So I tried. It didn't work. Weirdly enough, it didn't work. I don't know why, it just didn't. I still did it, but it went away on its own. Because after a couple of days, it didn't work, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do my own thing as I used to do. And like, when I drank enough water, it got worse. Each day it got worse. And then when I stopped doing that, it got better. I don't understand why my body wants to do things the other way around. I don't know. It just happens like that. I know my body makes no sense. What am I supposed to do about it? What am I supposed to do? It's different. I know it's different. But yeah, so I have to choose between two, actually, I can show one of the ideas, because I made it into a picture. Hold on, let me. So here it is. Okay, I don't. Hold on, let me. There we go. Here it is. That's one of the ideas that I have. Having my characters split out throughout the year, each month a different character that is on the basically in the videos and the streams. But that's one of them. That's one of the ideas. I don't really know if I'm going to do that idea, because again, I have that other idea as well, which the other main character, RoxyChan, which this one has some dark stuff to it, and it's tied to this thing, to this pendant, and so I was thinking of doing both, but that's gonna be too much work for me. So for me, it's gonna be either the one, like number 1 or number 2. Like if I were streaming on Twitch, I could so that's the thing with me. If I flip a coin, I will not be happy with the result. I just will not be happy with the result, so I'm not gonna do that. For me, I feel like going more the route of the story than the themed months. Because I could do I could have smaller stories in shorts with the characters, and I could make smaller videos that maybe are not related to the story, but could be the characters talking to each other and stuff. You know, especially now that YouTube literally, earlier when I watched YouTube before the stream on my phone, guess what? We can now make up to 3 minutes shorts. So that's very helpful. So I'm likely gonna go more that route. So funny enough, I've even wrote my own ending scenes to the first story. And weirdly enough, when I read my own story and how it's going, it gets me emotional with how insanely tragic that story is. Alright, Muratori, have a good one. And see ya. And I even, gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. I mean, I even wrote down random things that would come to mind about serious topics and stuff, and like... even a thing that that I saw sorry about that, that I saw recently. So who in chat knows who in chat knows what it means for someone to be conflict avoidant? Because when I searched it up, it was very interesting what I learned about it. Apparently, if you're conflict avoidant, so basically anti-drama, trying to stay away from conflict, trying to please everybody, trying to stay away from drama, all that stuff. You know, apparently that has a negative effect on your mental health and relationships with people. When I read that, I was like... I thought back to people that I've dealt with recently, and I'm like... Yeah, they are dead. That's not really good for them. There's a reason why if someone starts something with me, I will not run away from the fight. I will fight. I will fight back. I don't run away from a fight because, like... And honestly... weirdly enough, I should thank my enemies for what they did to me. Because it made me stronger and better. So... you know... nice try to destroy me and stop me and stuff, but you enemies do not decide my fate. You do not decide my fate. You do not decide what happens to me if I upset you. You don't decide that. And funny enough, I have not worked very hard on my project, on my passion project, since that whole situation. Because yes, of course it affected me. But now it's kind of funny because like it I pretty much say you failed. So I had to take a step back, take time for myself, and get my mind into back on track again. And I've even forced myself to like take better care of myself now, and it's working. I'm no longer staying up past 12 a.m. I am like doing stuff that I'm supposed to be doing and not slacking off and getting distracted, which is, oh, it's so much better. So much better to say fuck you to the, like, fucking fuck you to the bullshit. And that's also what made me stream. I've had several times today before the stream where I'm like, should I do this stream? Should I not do this stream? And I'm like, okay, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, whatever. And I still decided to do it. And I want to do more streams more often, but like I need something to talk about, because I can go to Friends Plus and have fun and explore worlds and that stuff, but am I really happy with that content? Because I know people are gonna do stuff and say stuff that I don't want on my streams and in my content. So I just do these streams because, well, frick them. And honestly, it's better this way. Oh my god, where's my... And there is a likely, pretty high chance that the content that I don't agree with anymore on my channel, that I will take those down. I will not delete them, but I will private them. Because they're just not... They don't fit with my vision of the channel. And it's all over the place, so it's way too chaotic for me to handle. To even know what I should do. Because like I can do funny content, but I will neglect the other types of content that I want to do. Like music or stories and stuff like that. But I want to go the more serious, more story, more personality channel like. If that makes sense. Honestly, if I come to your stream, I'll get picked on like usual. Yeah, and that's also something that, like, it was fun for a while. To me, it's not fun anymore. The only reason why I sometimes jump in with it is because, like, well, everybody, and where I pretty much break and I'm like, ah, fuck it, everyone is doing it, so why not me too? And that is something I hate about myself, like, which is also another reason why I'm like, frick this group, bro. So yeah, I'm just to a point where I cannot enjoy like the content I used to do. Even though early in the stream I said like I wanna do things like I used to do, but that's also tied to plan 1. But at the same time, it's like I can't really do that content anymore due to people like being too unpredictable what they're gonna do if I'm there. Because there are certain things that I do not want on my streams anymore. I can say it all I want, people don't listen to me. Like even in VCs, I can tell them not to do something, but they're gonna do it anyway, so it's... Which is why I told you guys in chat earlier, stop acting like children, because I will not care whether you're friends of me or friends with me or not. If you can't behave, I will take action. I will not, like, care. Like, I don't care how close someone is to me. If you're gonna misbehave, I will punish it. And then again, everyone has a bias on what it means, what misbehavior means. Everybody has their own perspective on it, and like, from their point of view, something that is misbehavior for me is not misbehavior for them, and like, but then again, with my streams, with my content, and in my discords, like, if I say that something is misbehavior, then it is misbehavior around my community, around my streams, around my content, and my VCs, and stuff like that, you know? Because they're mine, so I decide what happens. Me being the only goofball in the chat active. And honestly, I appreciate that. Because at least I got someone to talk to. Because these kinds of streams cannot happen if I don't have someone in chat to talk to, you know? And they gave live feedback. And Ezzy is there too, of course. But then again, not speaking, but... and that's a whole different story. Imagine being background character, couldn't be me. Wow, Art. I ain't talking because I don't want to. But anyway, I just definitely from when 2025 starts, I'm gonna be a lot less present. Well, when it comes to the friend group, I'm gonna be a lot less present. Maybe even less present than I am now. Because for me, I don't really see a point in that, and I just want to do my own thing without getting constantly distracted. So yeah. Sorry, I had issues with my... Why is my leg constantly going to Narnia and... Okay. Whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna be a lot less present in 2025 because I just want to do my own thing. I mean, when I do plan on doing stuff with friends for videos or whatever, obviously I will ask people. But that won't be as often as people might expect. Because I want to start making content again, and like constantly being in VCs and stuff, it's not gonna get me there. And I realized that very quickly, and well, it's why I've not been in a VC in maybe a week now. So yeah, like I will be doing more streams in 2025. I will be doing more videos hopefully, and even shorts. But like when it comes to like... There's gonna be certain parts where I do need friends involved with videos, because if I wanna do a story video where I need two characters in the same frame, or have it shot in a cinematic way that someone has to body act for me, then I will ask them, of course. I have some practice too for 2025 for my own and can't body I come to say I'm disabled. True. But yeah, I'm just sort of done like constantly doing nothing. And then again, my perspectives and ideas and stuff do not align with other people. I mean, even things that I want to do when it comes to content creation, practically nobody else in my group does it. So I don't see a point of being around the group anymore because, well, people don't do content and I'm the only one that technically does. So it's like, yeah, obviously I will ask people from my group to join with roleplay streams, because in 2025 I am going to bring back roleplay streams, just not with the old story that I had, because that old story doesn't make any sense anymore. But so with a lot of the story videos that I'm gonna make, I will also be tapping into different universes, because the RoxyChan extended multiverse, it has a lot of different timelines. And I don't exactly... so every single character that I've made over the years, also mostly thanks to enemies, which I thank them for as well, all those characters are from one multiverse. And fun enough, even though they're very different from one another, different names and different colors and stuff like that, they're all tied to the same object, to the same celestial object. And that celestial object is called the Dark Star. In one universe, the Dark Star can cause a lot of chaos and bad stuff, and in another universe, it does the opposite. But that's why I want to tap more into different universes in random videos, story-wise, to tell the story and legend of the Dark Star. And it's gonna be interesting, because the story, the sequel story that I was talking about with these characters, they are heavily tied to the Dark Star in their universe. Heavily. Because the reason why they can possess an android body, and so something I have to tell about this universe is that when you die, your soul cannot exist unless it possesses an object, an android, or a living being. If it cannot find that if your soul cannot find something like that in time, your soul will cease to exist. But that only happens to people who are tied to the Dark Star. If you're not tied to the Dark Star in any way, then I'm sorry, but your soul means nothing. Imagine possessing a phone. But yeah, in that universe, souls work a little bit different. It kind of puts a mystery of like, how are people alive at that point? Because like, where do they get their soul from? I'm not telling. But the Holloway sisters, But the Holloway sisters, which this one is one of them, who died because, well, she's a robot. Yeah, they're heavily tied to the Dark Star. Because the spirit, the living, and the beast, those three are needed for the Dark Star's full potential and influence. And the Holloway sisters are just that. Because this one is the spirit. Ruby is... No, this is Chelsea, the spirit. Ruby is the living. And Ray is the beast. Well, technically Ray is not the beast, but Ray possesses the body of Roxanne. And barely has control over her, so Roxanne is the beast because Roxanne is a brutal serial killer. But we don't talk about that. So there you have the living, the ghost, and the beast. Or the ghost, the spirit, the living, and the beast. And their story, the story of the Holloway family, the Holloways, it is complicated. It is very complex. Because there's the Obsidian Veil, who is a organization that is very, how do I say this? They're bad. And this whole story also plays, the first story also plays out between 2035 and 2056. Or 54. So, it's very, it's advanced technology. Because otherwise, you know. But yeah, that is the Holloway universe. There is still the original RoxyChan universe, technically, with the Green Demon Fox and those characters, which involves this one. I forgot that I was in this. I forgot that I was in the outfit. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much I may have spoiled a little bit too much, but whatever. Hey, Art. Remember, Five Nights at Freddy's plays out in the 80s and the 70s. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that, Art. Do not forget that part. Also, hi 8-Bit. How are you doing? You came a bit late in the stream, though. I'm good. How about you? It's what you can call good, but they are not sentient androids, you know. Technically, they are, because they're possessed by kid spirits. So technically, they are. They're possessed by children, but they're still sentient. They are still sentient. Especially in Sister Location, that's definitely shown. You know, like, it's definitely shown. There's only 5. Okay. There's not only 5. There's not only 5 kids. There's a lot more. But yeah, to the question from 8-Bit, things could be better, honestly. But then again, like I wanted to stream days earlier and basically streaming just streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but don't, no, nah. Just gonna continue streaming on YouTube because why not? Simply because I can. But yeah, past experiences, especially recently, they do get into my head when I want to continue make content. But you know what's funny about having enemies and the things they have done to me? It fuels me to keep going. They definitely try to stop me, but no, I don't think I will. You don't decide my fate. Sorry. I mean, like, I recently even read that one of them, or actually a few of them, even reached out to past enemies from 4 years ago. Because they themselves can't do shit to me. And it's also funny, what's also funny about that, is that, like, they accuse me of wanting to send people after them. When I joke about that. I don't send people after people. I joke about it. Yes, I joke about it, but I joke about it. It's not, but people take things too seriously. That's one thing for sure. But on the other hand, it was kind of funny because they were trying to send people after me. Like, why am I accused of the things they do? Then again, when it comes to politics, that's the same exact situation that happens there, but we don't talk about that. At least I'm in your head right now, living rent-free. Bro, this dude from 4 years ago, like, it's so funny. It's like, he says that I live, that he lives rent-free in my head. I'm like, I have PTSD, so I got no choice, but at the same time, why are you so obsessed with taking me down? That's fucking crazy, bro. I have no personal enemies except school, because keep my circle close. People don't understand comedy nowadays. Oh yeah.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it, but I don't want you to be sad. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all.
Oh yeah, I know a bit, but that actually like brought me into that's actually funny, because that actually brought me into this being like, I had something. It basically got me to mention something funny. So I thank you for that. I just had to mention what I mentioned about that living rent-free in someone's head, because that was the funniest shit I saw when I read that shit. And the best part is, they don't even know that I know that information. They don't even know. But then again, I could not give a frick about them anymore. Like, let them spread their lies. Let them try to take me down. Like, I'm just gonna keep doing my own thing and not care. They can accuse me and convince people that I'm a bad person, but guess what? What are they gonna do over the bloody internet? I've been attacked so many times. Yes, it affects me because I have PTSD and everything from it, but at the same time, it affects me for a very short time, honestly, because that's why I'm back streaming now, because, well, it affected me for about a month, and then I'm not back. Let them gaslight themselves. Exactly. But it is so funny to me. Like, obviously it's gonna affect me when it happens. Like, I have PTSD. Of course I'm gonna be affected if a situation like that happens. Out of nowhere. Like, duh. But I don't care. Like, I don't care. They can even send people after me. I would basically be like, I haven't done shit to anybody since that situation began. So, what are you doing? Like, I don't care. Bro, I've been lied about, like, lies about me and rumors and shit have been spread already throughout these years. Don't know how far they reached. I don't know if they reached, like, the bigger streamers in VR chat. I don't know if... I think some did, some didn't, whatever. Don't care. Because that's also not a crowd I want to walk with, so I don't really care. I think that can counter people sent at you is the block button. Exactly, the block button. But guess what? People... So, that's the... Block buttons are magical. I know they are. In my situation, so far, until recently, they have not worked. Why? Because they go by proxy. They use my friends against me. They send me messages that my friends have to forward towards me. So I can block them all I want. It doesn't stop. And that's why I hate it when people, my friends, clearly see that these people are bad and stay friends with them. It's like, really? Really? You don't have a moral compass? You don't, like, you don't see what's happening? You don't see that you're being used by them to come at me? You know, like, I can tell them I can tell them that every single time, and it doesn't get through their head. It doesn't get through the head of my friends. It does. They don't, like. When are the brain cells gonna connect? That is happening. Like, really? They're just as brain dead as the following of a lot of these VTubers. Sorry, I had to say it. I know, Art. I know. But then again, you're not in direct contact with these idiots that try shit against me. You're not in contact with them. That's why you're not hearing it. Because you're not in contact. You're actually being smart for not having those kind of freaks as friends, you know? Exactly. You're just... You're actually smart about who you're friending. Like, for real. It's just the others in the group that's like... Like, I'm tired of telling them... Like, I don't want to, of course not want to dictate to whoever who is friends with. I don't care. But when they show that they try to drag you in by letting you forward a message or anything like that, like, 1 and 1 is 2, my friends. 1 and 1 is 2. Like, come on. That's called being an introvert. It's like 1 and 1 is 2, people. Like, make the connection. It's very simple, honestly. But I can tell that people in Heya chat, the people I'm friends with, except for a few people, are not that smart. And it often bothers me. Because, like, that's something else. Like, I am hyper aware of things. And the others are not. And like, what do I say to that? It's another reason why I say that I do not fit in with the group anymore. Because I clearly do not. So that's the thing with most of my enemies. They are deceptive as heck. They will pretend to be good. They will pretend like, oh, I'm so friendly and nothing is wrong with me and blah, 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 blah. But if you have the chance to see what they're really like behind the scenes, like behind the scenes. Because I've been there. I've been there every single time. I know what these people are like behind the scenes. That a lot of people that are friends with them do not get to see that ever. Unless you're really close with them. And I have fucking been there. Hi, Beryl. So the whole question of are you shady now or not? Yeah, that doesn't really work when these people know how to manipulate, lie, and deceive people. That's why I'm like, you can't really trust that. You can't really trust that question. Because you will never get to see it. You will never get to see their shadiness. Unless you're really close to them. And that bothers me so much. I've had it happen a few times, yes. Those people are just not getting back to me due to blocks. Like, if I would take action in a way that they manage to never get to me ever again, I would have to block a lot of people. Like, a lot of people. Because everybody is too freaking ignorant. They're like, oh, but they never did anything to me. Or they're not showing that they're shady now or anything like that. So I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna friend them or block them or whatever. Because I'm still fine with them. Nothing has happened yet. It's like, really? You're gonna be that ignorant? You're just gonna be ignorant to... You're just gonna be ignorant to victims of abuse and lies and, like, all that stuff? Good to know what kind of person you are, bitch! Sorry, had to say that. That's when I join people who I know have issues. I switch to orange and not accept invite requests. Separate communities. So... that's something that's like, switching to orange and not accepting invites, that's not exactly a solution either. Because from my perspective, if you do that, from my perspective, if I were enemies with someone and I know you were there and you went on orange just to not let me in, it's, to me, that from my perspective, that is like, okay, I see what's going on, you're not trustworthy. All this oh, I know who you're talking about, Art. You know what's funny when it comes to that guy? And knowing what I know and what I've been through with, you know what group? The worst part is I see him as innocent. I'm really starting to see him innocent because all the things that I have been told. When I was friends with him, that never happened. All those things he got accused of never happened. And I mean, I got dumped by that group for retweets. So, if it's that easy for that group to drop people, then I'm not trusting anything they have said about him. That's just how I am now. And I feel bad for what I did. I feel bad for what I did. But I got pushed by others to do it. And I feel bad about it. And if I could fix that shit with him, I fucking would. Because practically the same thing that happened to me with that group happened to him. And worst part is, what they did to him, I saw a lot of that shit in my situation with that group. What they did to him, they like pushed me to do that. Like, that's painful, you know? Getting pushed to do something and then later, not even like a year after, the same things happens to you. You help them and they stab you in the back. We're gonna ask later. Nah, it doesn't matter, Beryl. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not the one that goes to unfriend people over issues that happened with other people. But I will when it affects me in a certain way. So that's all, that's, again, that's that whole thing of like, if it doesn't affect me, I'm not gonna do anything. It's like, so someone who basically does crimes but hasn't done a crime to you, and because it doesn't affect you what this person did to other people, even though it was clearly evil, you're not doing anything to prevent it from happening to other people. Okay, gotcha. But I will gatekeep. And that is something I absolutely fucking hate. Gatekeeping. That is something I can just not stand. Gatekeeping. Absolutely not. If it were crimes, I'd let it report to the police. But that's the thing. Because it happens online, the police are not gonna do anything. If you want to keep people safe, you gotta have preventative measures. It's not about judging them. No, it's about preventing other people from getting harmed. Like, if you don't have evidence or ID or anything like that, police can't do anything. You can report it, but they won't do anything with it, because they can't. There was a case in my country that changed how police deal with crimes that happen online. Yeah, so it doesn't work that way in my country. Plus, international laws apply online, which is even worse. Bro legit copied me. Shut up! I just enhanced what you said. I am a cat, yes, but copycat? No. No. Because I said ID afterwards. I just said like police can't do anything if you don't have evidence or ID. So shut up. You didn't say evidence, so I'm not a copycat. I just enhanced what you said. Because that was something you were missing. Anyways. This topic done. I am gonna stream more leading up to yeah, but I'm gonna stream more leading up till New Year's Eve. I don't know if I'm gonna be live on New Year's Eve. I don't think so, but also another avatar I have is this one. And this one has Christmas clothing as well. Well, you didn't see anything. You guys didn't see anything. I want your opinion. Are Christmas lists weird in your Christmas lists? What is a Christmas list? What is a Christmas list? I don't know what it is. It's basically a list of what you want for Christmas. So, just make it for Santa or their parents. So, we don't have it with Christmas. We have something else, which is called Sinterklaas, which is basically the Dutch version of Santa Claus. where you guys have Santa Claus, we have Santa Claus, which Santa Claus comes a little bit earlier than Santa, but it's basically where the kids make a list of things they wish for and then put it in a shoe, and then the next morning there will be a present. Don't you have Saint Nick? That is Saint Nick. Santa Claus is Saint Nick. We just have it from November 22nd until, well, November 14th this year until December 5th. So we don't have it at Christmas. We have it earlier. But it becomes more common, honestly, in my family to have to do both, which is a bit weird. Especially considering that some family members have been born in December. My nephew, for example, who has recently became 18, a day after Saint Nick leaves. So it's, you know, it's an interesting situation with my family. Bro, I'm just waiting for Christmas because my headset is broken and my keyboard is starting to break. So my keyboard recently broke, so I have a new one. And a new mouse. And they were great. They're very quiet, and I like that. I just can't wait for New Year's Eve because fireworks. And then next year, the next best thing that happens is gonna be on my birthday. A week after that, Masters of Hardcore. 3 months after that, DEFCON 1. Then a month later, Dominator Festival. Things are gonna be good. You got one of those customized keyboards? No. I bought one for like $35. Keyboard and mouse. And it works perfectly fine. I don't need expensive shit. If it works, it works. I got a $13 Office keyboard. God. I mean, if it works, it works. I mean, mine is made out of metal with rainbow color, so. And my mouse is orange color. It has an orange color, so. I've been streaming for almost 1.5 hours, and I told myself that I was not gonna do a very long stream, so. I love how my keyboard, headphones, mouse, and screen is all high-end, but my PC is just straight garbage. We know, Art. We know. Especially during Fortnite. But, one of the things I want to pick up is making videos on the game's Outbreak. Just pretty much doing storms, basically like one storm chasing match could already be enough for one video, so I'ma just do that as well. So why the short stream, or is it just a motivational thing? So I don't really see a reason to have long streams, because if I have talked about whatever I need to talk about in the time frame that I finished talking about those things that I want to talk about, then that's it. why have to go further with the stream if that's all I needed, you know? There's no need for long streams and just for no reason. Like with the streams that I used to do, like 4 to 10 hours per day for 14 months long every single day, not a single break. I was running around VR chat. I was having fun with a group of friends and world hopping and that kind of stuff. That doesn't happen anymore. So, and I don't know how to make that happen anymore. So, it's just these streams. And like, I would collab with people, but one, my friend group, nobody besides me makes content like I do. Two, everybody that I see that I can collab with, well, they're idiots. A lot of them are idiots, so no thank you. And the third reason is like, I don't know where to look to find people to collab with. The things I want to do, like, I can ask my group, but it will not get anywhere. And like, I don't know who to ask, where to look for people to help me out with things I want to do. Whether it be making a world, avatars, like actually getting shit done for like body acting and stuff. The issue is, when it comes to world making and avatar making, is like, that costs money and I don't have that right now. Doesn't Chronic make content? Yes, he does, but it's not the content I want to make anymore. I'm too young for that. Like, that is not content I want to make anymore. Plus, it is weird content and not something I want to be associated with, which is why a lot of my content will go private once 2025 hits. The stuff that I don't care about anymore and don't agree with on my channel. So that I can have a focus on what I want. Because right now it's too chaotic with random videos, funny moments of games, chaotic stuff, music and all that, and serious videos. It is just too much chaos. And then Chronic is also connected to to that group. When it comes to that other guy, remember? Like, that's that group that no thank you. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for today's stream. With help from you guys, it technically went longer because y'all were talking to me, so that stuff goes on longer. And it changed to topics that I wasn't initially gonna talk about, but it happened anyway. Regardless though, I think I'm gonna end my stream here because I could go longer because it's not my bedtime yet. Well, it will be soon for me. It was a good stream. This is like the most I have chatted in a stream. Well, Beryl, if you're gonna be around for more streams in the future, definitely come around. Because these kinds of streams cannot happen if I don't have interaction with the chat. And and if I just have interaction with art alone, that's fine by me, because that means that the stream can still happen. And people can join in with the conversation. And in the future, if more people join the streams and start chatting, you guys can also have a conversation with each other, so that's also a W. Anyway, I'm gonna end my stream here because I gotta go on under the shower and then go to bed because it's 11:05 p.m. So yeah, interaction is a big thing. I know, stream is basically a convo between us sometimes. Yeah, have a good one, everybody.